It was midnight. The room was filled with the mixed scent of jasmine flowers and expensive liquor. I, Avantika Singh, the city's wealthiest businesswoman, stood in the middle of my bedroom. I was wearing a bright red chiffon saree. My open hair cascaded down to my waist. Sitting on the edge of the sofa in front of me was Rohan, a 25-year-old man with a well-built physique, yet a simple clerk. His head was bowed, his hands were trembling, and tiny beads of sweat glistened on his forehead. I picked up a wine glass and slowly walked toward him. The sound of my anklets pierced the silence. Rohan, I called his name in an intoxicating voice. Why are you sitting so far away? Today is our wedding night. He scrambled to his feet, unable to meet my eyes. Madam? I. His throat was dry. I stopped right in front of him, so close that my breath brushed against his face. I placed a finger on his chest and slowly slid it downward. In this room, I am not your madam. I am your wife, Rohan, I said with a smirk. I didn't give you 10 million rupees just to sign a paper. You have to make me feel like you are my husband. The desperate deal. You must be wondering why I, a multimillionaire, was in a bedroom with a lowly clerk from my own office. It started 2 days ago. I am 38. 5 years ago, my husband died in a car accident, leaving behind a 50 crore empire, a massive mansion, and a deep, biting loneliness. My brother-in-law, Ranjit Singh, had his eyes on my wealth. According to an old family rule, if a widow doesn't remarry or produce an heir within 5 years, the entire estate goes to the eldest male, Ranjit. Those 5 years were up next month. I needed a husband, a puppet. Rohan came into my cabin asking for a 5 lakh loan for his mother's heart surgery. I saw an opportunity. I offered him 1 crore, 10 million rupees, not as a loan, but for a 30-day contract marriage. You will be my husband to the world, but in private, you are just an employee. Don't even think about touching me without my permission, I told him. Desperate to save his mother, he agreed. The power play. The next day, I took him to a luxury mall to change his appearance. In the trial room, while helping him with his shirt buttons, I felt a spark. His skin was warm, his heart racing. I whispered in his ear, "Breathe, Rohan. I've only done the buttons. How will you survive the next 30 days?" We got married quietly in court. When we returned to the mansion, Ranjit was waiting. He mocked Rohan, calling him a slick driver. I stood my ground, grabbed Rohan's hand, and declared him the new master of the house. The turning point. That first night, I pushed Rohan too far. I mocked his status, calling him a purchased slave and making him sleep on the floor. But the next morning, when Ranjit tried to expose us after overhearing our argument, Rohan stood up for me with incredible confidence, silencing Ranjit. Over the next few days, the wall between us began to crumble. The injury. I slipped in the bathroom and hurt my ankle. Rohan, despite his hurt pride, carried me gently and tended to my wound without a single inappropriate look. The party. At a high society event, a drunk businessman, Mr. Khanna, insulted me. Rohan didn't hesitate. He confronted the man, defending my honor. A husband's job isn't just night duty, it's guarding his wife's dignity during the day, he barked. The illness. On the 25th day, I fell ill with a high fever. Ranjit had sent all the servants away. Rohan stayed by my side all night, holding my hand and nursing me back to health. In my feverish delirium, I begged him not to leave me. He kissed my forehead and whispered, "I won't go. If you stop me, I will never go." When I woke up the next morning, my fever was gone, and I was sleeping with my head on Rohan's chest. He had me wrapped in his arms. In that moment, I realized I had fallen deeply in love with him.